Hello again, Scott here from nycmathacademy.com to share another parenting tip for raising great students. So we've had a bunch of questions about where we get our resources to help our kids do extra practice work. Well, last week I gave you a ton of science materials. This week we're going to move on to English. So if you need extra English help, stick with me and you'll find out a whole bunch of resources you can use with your kids to help them with English reading and writing. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please go ahead and do that now. Leave any comments below, and we're going to get to it right after this. Alright, in this section, I'm going to show you my two favorite English reading comprehension websites. We have readworks.org, which we mentioned in the previous video, and we have the New York State Education's website, which has a ton of great resources. But again, my favorite website in the world is readworks.com. I'm sorry, .org. Readworks.org. So, to sign up, you need to click on I'm an educator. That is if you're the teacher or the parent. If you're a student, you click I'm a student. But let's start with the parents and teachers. We're going to click here. If you don't already have an account, you have to click this blue sign up button right here. It's totally free. Give your email, your password, and your name. And boom, you are in. But I already have an account, so I'm just going to say I'm an educator and log in. So there's tons of cool stuff here. You can search by Lexile level, which is your reading level. You can search by grade. You can search by topic. You can type in a keyword. One of my favorite features on here is the paired text option. So there are a ton of tests in school where they're going to ask you to compare and contrast two different stories or to come up with a common theme from two stories. So this paired text allows you to do just that. Pick your grade, so let's say 5th grade, and we want paired text. Well, you can find these about archaeological discoveries, two stories on the same topic that you can compare, contrast, talk about common themes. This is really, really useful, and you can sort them by informational, which is nonfiction, or literary, which tends to be fiction. And you can do that for any grade, K through 12. Now, that's essentially the basics. You can click on it. You can, let's go to the archaeological one. So if you want to print it out, you just click this. You want both stories and the questions. Click print. It'll pop up in just a second. I promise. There it is, one story, two stories, and your questions, 1 through 5. Now you see, these questions are about both stories. So, if you just want to print these off and have a conversation with your child, that's certainly great. But there's another thing you can do at ReadWorks that is so unbelievable. Let's go back. And we're going to go up here. You see a class admin button. Let's go ahead and click that. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a class. Now I know parents at home, you don't have an actual classroom, right? Maybe you just have a 3rd grader, right? This will work for that. Maybe you have 2 or 3, kids at home that are in school. You have a 3rd grader, a 4th grader, and an 8th grader. This will be great to keep their stuff organized. Or if you're an actual classroom teacher, this will certainly be beneficial for you. So anyway, pick your grade. I'm going to go with, let's start with 4th grade. And I'm going to name my class Parenting. So we'll go to next. And I like to choose the roster option. All right. Now, if everyone has a Google sign-in, you can go with that option. Give me the roster option on the right. So let's add some students. Let's say we have a student named Jonah C. And another student named Ashley D. We're going to add those to our list. So when those students go to sign on, their password at the beginning is going to be 1234. But once they sign on, they can go ahead and change that. All right. And our class code is going to be K2NPJ2. All right. You get a different class code whenever you sign up, right? So you just give this code to your child or your students. They will type in that code. It will pop up their class, and they just find their name, sign in, and they can make their own password and do whatever they like. All right, but you'll also have a chance to see their password here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight this real quick and copy and paste it, because I'm going to show you what it'll look like from a student's point of view in just a second. But first, we need to give more assignments, right? So let's find some content. See this little find content button right here? There we go. So what class did we say? We said 4th grade, right? So let's go to 4th grade, and we want a paired text. Let's see what we find. The sad tale of a lonely magnet. That sounds interesting, and the rabbits stay at Carrot Beach. Let's go with that. Let's click it, and let's assign it. We want to assign the article and the paired text. Which class? Parenting class, right? Now, if you have kids in different grades, you're going to have different classes, right? But we just have the one right now. So we assign it today. When's it going to be due? Well, let's make it due on, I don't know, Friday. Boom. Assigning it to the whole class. And close. So now let me show you how this works. If we were to go in and sign in as a student, we're going to enter our class code right here. That's the one we copied and pasted. And let's say we're going to pretend to be Ashley. My password right now is 1234, remember? And continue. Do I want to save that? No, I do not. So here's my assignment, and I see it's due on November 17th. Wow, I better get started. See how easy that is? So your child, you could give homework on Monday, or in your class, whatever. You can give homework on Monday, make it due next Monday, and they'll have a whole nice list here of assignments to do. So you can just click on it, go through, read the stories, read Article 1, boom, Article 2, boom, and answer the questions. And they can submit their answers right here. It's pretty fantastic, and then you can go ahead and grade those when you're ready. All right, that is a super powerful free tool. All right, there's programs out there that cost a lot of money to do something like this, and readworks gives it to you all for free, which is why I think they are so amazing. And this is such a powerful resource to help your kids read and comprehend better. Okay, that's enough about readworks. Again, I love it. Go ahead and check it out. Let's move over to New York State Education Department. So if you type in NYSED Regents, that's regents.org, you're going to come up with this beautiful website right here. Now, if you go here to this elementary, you can click on English Arts right here, and your grade, let's say we're going to do 7th grade this time, and they have the tests from 2005 all the way up to 2010. So you can just click on one, 2010, and it's going to bring you up a nice English comprehension test. So there's 2 for each grade, so that's 10 for each grade. So that's a nice resource. 10 old state tests for each class. You can also go here and get the newer ones, 2017, 16, 15, and I think 14 is down here. And if you have older kids, this is fantastic for high school kids, because you can go down here to the high school Regents exams and get your English, math, social studies, science, and other languages, But you can click here, and you can see we have tests all the way back to 2014 for English. And in comprehensive English, wow, look at all those. That's like 20 tests. So just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here, if you click on the test, you'll see that there are 1 story with questions, 2 stories. Here's a paired text, right? There's an actual article with a poem and questions. There's short response questions about those 2 stories again. And then there's an essay, right? So that's a really, really good tool. It's actually pretty difficult as well. So it's a great tool, especially for you tutors out there, right? If you want to use this, this is a great tool to help kids in high school become better writers and test takers. So those are my 2 favorite English resources, the New York State Education resource and the readworks.org site. I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough of readworks and NewYorkStateEducation.gov. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe, and we will talk to you next time. And there is a link below with all of the websites listed in this video. Bye.
Hey, I'm back. I forgot to mention that you can check out our other videos right here and right up here. And as always, you can subscribe right here to our channel. If you haven't checked out our new Math Academy yet, go to nycmathacademy.com and check it out. Have a good week. Bye.